I started by asking the student to take out 12 counters from his baggie, and we practiced counting them. I recorded the numbers underneath, and I circled those same numbers on my hundreds chart so they could see that we were counting by ones and start to see the pattern that when we're counting, we just go to the next number on the number line, and that's how we add one. From here, I want to develop the understanding of now skip counting by twos. So I might ask the student, can you organize these in a different way? And eventually I want to lead them to skip counting by twos. So I'm asking the student, can you make these rows of two? Just like I made these rows of two. Beautiful job. Will you count these for me? Now they might count in their own way, but I'm going to model 1, 2. Will you do that for me?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Good. Can you do that for me again? And this time I want to record. I'm not going to count the first one. I'm just going to count the second one. Go ahead.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Good. Can you read these numbers off to me? And I'm going to circle them on my hundreds chart.
2, 4, 6, 8, 10.
What do you notice when you look at the hundreds chart, the numbers that I circled?
I notice that every other one, there's a space left.
So there is a space. Did I have one at the beginning?
Yeah.
I did. So why didn't I circle that one?
Are you counting by twos? Is that why?
I am counting by twos. Instead of counting each one individually, which I can, and that's what you did, I'm going to group these two together and say 2, then add 2 more and say 4. And did you notice the space in between my numbers?
Yeah.
I skipped it. That's what skip counting is. When we don't say all the numbers out loud, we skip over some of them. Let's try this again. This time I want you to try putting 5 in each row. Now your kindergartners might have a little harder time with this, and you can guide them along, your first graders. You can guide them along getting them where you need them to be. You can use this hundreds chart and pull up another one next to it so that you can make comparisons. Will you count these out loud for me just like last time starting?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Keep going.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Beautiful. Will you count them again this time when you get to the end? I'm going to skip writing all those numbers and only count the one that you said at the end. That whole row.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Let me find these. Can you read those out loud to me?
5, 10.
Here's where I'm going to have my student notice and make a comparison between when I was skip counting by twos and skip counting by fives. There's a lot more empty spaces between the numbers that I circled. They might notice I only had 2 circles on this first row and lots of circles on that second row. Here's your opportunity to ask the student, how many more can I add? If I had 5 in my first row and 5 in my second row, how many do I need in my third row?
You would need 5 in your third row.
Can you add 5 more?
Yes.
I wonder what number I'm going to circle on my hundreds chart. Will you count those for me?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
You know what? I want to keep going. How many do I need to add in my next row?
5.
Can you add 5 more for me?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Now this time before you count, we know, I'm going to move these. What number did we write here?
15.
So how many do we have up here?
We have 15.
So instead of counting these again, do I already know that there's 15?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I can start where I left off. 15.
16.
Will you count?
17, 18, 19.
19. Uh-oh. That doesn't seem to follow the pattern. Can we check that work again?
Maybe I counted it wrong.
Let's try again counting on. We left off at 15.
15. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Oh, I must have skipped one.
You did. I like that you went back and rechecked your work and counted again because you noticed it didn't follow that pattern. Look at this pattern on your hundreds chart. What do you notice?
I noticed that you do 1, 2, 3, 4, and when you get to 5, that's the one that's circled. And when you do it again, 1, 2, 3, 4, the fifth one is that one that's circled. So you must be counting by fives.
You're right. And what do you notice here in this column?
Well, I noticed that the 15 is right under the fives.
You are right. So what do you think? What can you tell me about this number 25?
I'm guessing that if we add 5 more, then we'll get 25.
You think so?
Yeah.
Let's check it out. We're going to stop there. The discussion and leading to students to making connections between adding 5 more, adding 5 more, adding 5 more, and starting to recognize that pattern on your hundreds chart is how students are going to be able to connect what it means when they're skip counting by 5. What it means to skip count by 2s is that we are adding and adding more and adding another set.